Well, I really like classical music for a lot of reasons. I think the main one is just the passion and just the depth of it, right? You hear a lot of pop songs and it's always the same chord progression and usually nothing particularly interesting, but there's almost always a surprise, something interesting and exciting that happens in the classical music, and so I'm really quite drawn to that.
I am associate professor in computer science, and I really love to play the piano also. So I don't know, I play the piano something like 1 hour per day.
Okay.
Sometimes a bit less, sometimes a bit more. It depends.
So I started the piano at 6 with private lessons. And then a few years later, I entered the conservatory in my city, Nice also, where I won the first prize it was in 1988, so more than 30 years ago. And afterwards, I put the piano aside to devote myself to my studies. But several years later, in 2014, I seriously played the piano again. Unfortunately, I don't have any teacher right now. I would really like to have one, but unfortunately, there is no possibilities in my city conservatory, in my region. So I prepared myself, trying to make my best.
So I started late. So like first I had no plan. So I was a kind of competitive swimmer, like, during my high school year. And then in 1998, we have a massive, like, demonstration from the whole general population. And the military government, they killed like 1,000 of people and they shut down everything. So like my school was closed for 1 year and I can't even go to the swimming pool. Then I started, like, playing piano, like with a teacher for like 2.5 years.
Well, I'm 51 years old. I've been playing the piano. I started when I was about 7 years old. I played for a couple of years then, and I had some eye strain, and I needed to, I got involved in sports and other things, but I kind of refound my old love of piano. I took it up as an adult a few years back when I was living in Chicago. And then I took it up again about 2.5 years back in St. Louis. So it's something that's been ongoing throughout my life that I'm just kind of, rediscovering in my adulthood.
I'm a physician by training, actually, and I have been studying piano since I was 5 or 6. But I did have to take a break while I was going through medical training and while I was raising children. So I came back to piano when I was 36.
Right. So I think the first thing is just because it's a good performance opportunity, and then the second is to meet other people who have a passion for piano and take this more seriously. Yeah. So I say it's those two things for me.
My current piano teacher encouraged me because we were working on a few pieces, and she's like, I think like you like music is meant to be shared like in any other way that is possible. So either you do a concert or or maybe a competition where you just get to I mean it's good to it's sort of a shame if you're only keeping everything to yourself. Yeah.
I think what you are currently doing is really good, like organizing this competition for amateurs. And it's not only about competition. I felt like it's like a package, because we're not only getting this opportunity to compete and submit the videos, but also we can observing the master classes, and we have this kind of interviews and talking to people like you, awesome people like you who share the same value with us. And you're working in the professional world, and we can learn more about what it looks like in the professional world, and improving ourselves in piano playing and the musicianship in general. And also the reason I participate in a competition is also to like get into a community, to know a lot of people who share the same value and interests, and they all have different backgrounds, but they all serious. They all have this serious hobby of playing the piano. So it's really, really nice. And I hope, because this year is different, it's all online, but in the future, post-pandemic, I hope we can have more in-person interactions. Maybe we can observe some master classes in person, and even expose to some professional communities. As a part of this competition package, we can listen to some good lectures with some professional students together, some kind of camp, I would say, for amateurs. And